taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
Speaking of great fights or even interesting fights too, I mean, we got a couple of previews to knock out. We got PBC and Matchroom are for next week, but the PBC triple header is probably the more interesting of the one. You know, whereas PBC we got J-Rock, Julian J-Rock Williams, and we also got Juan Carlos Adames to fight, of course, for the interim middleweight title. And now both these guys, now J-Rock is a favorite among us, but we all are in agreement that J-Rock's punch resistance is kind of getting shaky as a bitch lately. Like
it's been
it's one thing to get knocked out by Charlo Rosario because they're punchers, but that Hernandez fight was just such an ugly loss, like, because that was a fight that he should have not lost.
That was the get-back fight. That was supposed to be a get-back fight.
Beat him over. It was 10 rounds, I think, and Hernandez put him fast and had him ready to go.
I mean, it was a close fight, but like he didn't finish that second half strong. Like, because I know some people, and I know Brad, he kind of gives his fighters sometimes the super extra benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And even if you tried to make and said, hey, that fight could have gone either way, you could have given it to J-Rock.
Right.
The fact that you have to say that is still a bad thing.
Yeah. And it wasn't. And J-Rock looked like, I mean, J-Rock looked like he was ready to go. Like, Hernandez only has like 6 knockouts, bro. And Hernandez was putting his foot in his ass. Like,
yeah, he had J-Rock hurt like too many times. Like,
yeah,
that's another thing. Like, even when J-Rock won his rounds, which were like mostly the early rounds,
right,
he never really put a hurting on Hernandez like that. But where Hernandez was like really hurting dude, like I thought like he was always like maybe a good 3-4 punch combination from dropping dude. Like,
exactly. Yeah. And it was lucky. If it was 12 rounds, J-Rock would have probably gotten KO'd in 11 or 12, like somewhere one of those rounds.
Yeah, that's possible because
I feel like the Lubin Aries, even though I don't know if it was 154, 160, the Coming, that might be a better fight.
I think that's 160, ain't it?
It's 160, yeah.
It's 160, yeah. It's 160.
You think that's the better fight? Hell no.
I don't know. I mean, I want Gerard to give me one last hurrah, but I don't know. Adames is kind of in his bag right now.
Adames. Here's the thing about Adames, because I'm not like ever since the Sheriff fight, Adames has been like, yeah, he's side-eyed. I still can't take him seriously because
they both lost against niggas that they should have damn beat, really.
Yeah, but that's
a perfect fight for him.
The thing with Adames is a guy like first 6 rounds he looks great, and then after that 6th round it's just a tail off. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. J-Rock is literally the same thing most nights.
Yeah.
Most nights, yeah.
But the thing is, though, Adames does punch a lot harder than, so it's one of those things. It's like
he's more explosive. He might be a little higher on the talent meter.
He is.
I mean, he's quicker.
Yeah, he's gonna get him out of there. J-Rock.
Yeah. So for Adames and J-Rock, so P, you said Adames. Like, what round do you think Adames will get rid of J-Rock?
He going to sleep. 4th, 5th round. I'm gonna say 4th round. J-Rock going to sleep.
Damn.
It's not going to be a long one. So,
LB, what about you?
Nah, let them other niggas talk, son. Like, come back to me.
All right, Pilot. What about you?
And go in detail because it sounds like y'all not giving J-Rock no credit. Like,
all right, I'll pick J-Rock. I'm picking Julian Williams by decision. Fuck it.
Really? Okay. I'd explain why. I gotta hear this.
I've seen Teixeira box up Adames late in the fight. Yeah, that was a 154 years ago, but I'm not sold on Adames like that. I'm not really fully sold on Adames. Yeah, he knocked out Montiel or whatever. I'm just not fully sold. He'll probably win, but I want to get my 2023 upset.
He beat Derevyanchenko too, though.
Huh?
He beat Derevyanchenko too.
Barely.
Yeah, he did beat Derevyanchenko too.
Don't fucking say barely, nigga. He beat him, dog. Get the fuck out of here.
No, he clearly won. It's just he tailed off at the end. Like,
Julian was 33. I think he'll have one more. Yeah, I'm picking him, but not in full faith. But I'm saying he's going decision.
Oh, you just want the decision? Okay, I can understand that. Rome, what about you? And niggas probably drinking wine and shit. LB, what about you then?
Nigga, you first. I'm drinking wine.
Oh, I mean, as much as I hate to say it, though, but I think Adamas gets him out of there in 5. Like one thing about J Rock is like he doesn't like J Rock is at his best he's a mean counter puncher and he will box a nigga up and that Hurd fight is still like boggles my mind how he actually pulled off a performance like that against Hurd like that. But but his punch resistance is bad. Like it's just like. I just can't actually because when J Rock gets tagged like a really hard shot, it's like it's over for him. He struggles and Adamas is I think too explosive for that. So like J Rock is gonna get some hands in the first half of the fight. I don't think J Rock is gonna be able to weather the storm like that. So Adamas by in the 5th round. All right, now you LB.
No, I'm here. My bad.
Okay.
Hold on, let me turn the camera on. Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Nick. So who wins? So who do you think will win between Julian J. Rock Williams and Carlos Adamas?
Nigga, Adamas is finna destroy that motherfucker, yo. Adamas, that powerhouse ass nigga. Pause. I got Adamas in like 5.
Yeah, just like Nate.
He's too strong, too long, too big. Pause.
Yeah. I mean, so far, so it's 3-1, and now, are you gonna go with the wave LB or you gonna be with Pilot and be like?
I don't know. This might. I feel a little team light skin. I don't know. Like y'all got the whole spectrum on y'all side. Mm-hmm. Damn. This might be one of those intangible joints, yo.
Right.
Like, I remember early when we first spoke about this fight, and y'all niggas was like already saying Adamas beats this guy ass, and I was like, damn, like that, like, nah, this is a kind of close fight. This is a good fight for both of them.
Mm. It is. It tells us what we need to know for both where they stand.
Yeah. Because you're looking at like both of them is like on the consistency radar as far as like drop offs in fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think one reached a higher level than the other one, performance wise and achievement wise. So I think maybe the Hernandez was him and Brad getting back abruptly, and then they maybe overlooked Hernandez. But now
was training him for this fight?
I haven't heard that he wasn't. I mean, I heard they made up and he traded him for the last fight. And now that he's had Plant, probably got them in camp working. Him getting the showing against Benavidez, like I don't know. And then him even picking the Tiafimo fight, right? Like I look at all of that shit. Like J Rock is kind of due for one. If you notice, he's like maybe he's the underdog, but this is probably the lowest you could think of him in his career right now.
Right. No, absolutely.
So I think he's really due for one. I feel like we might get like one of those controversial decisions, but I think it'll go in J Rock's favor. I think Pilot might. I don't see no one getting really knocked out unless it's like some first 2-3 rounds type shit. But I can see J Rock punishing Adamas late though.
I can see that too. Yeah, because Adamas does. I mean, they both drop off though, but Adamas doesn't really carry power that late. It's at all like.
And the thing is, it's like J Rock kind of stays with you a little more competitively during his drop off. Like he'll at least, fight behind a jab. He'll be in range, whatever. Well, Adamas kind of just he really drops off. It's more like a plant drop off.
Right.
So that makes sense. The irony.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, when Adamus starts like, you know, dropping off, like in his because his stamina is not as great, but J-Rock's too is like J-Rock when he starts wearing out because he takes too much hands during the fight and he really has that real sharp drop off. And where Adamus is he just gets tired of because he punches with like mean intentions. So it's like,
yeah, but he got to control that. Like, god damn, like,
yeah.
I don't know, wow, but I say J-Rock by majority decision. No, split decision.
Word. Yeah, and also too with J-Rock, I know I've heard rumblings because you know how this is. I mean, obviously, if you know J-Rock's past, J-Rock had, you know, a hard background in Philly, whatever. So I've been hearing rumors like, you know, J-Rock's been really trying to plan for life after boxing. Like he's buying up all types of real estate and shit like that and stuff like that. So like I'm hearing like rumblings that, you know, J-Rock's.
I've heard that too. I've been heard that too.
Yeah, J-Rock's.
But I've always heard he's had good investments outside the ring. Like he does his thing also. But I try to keep that away from like the boxing and the training and shit. Like how, let me see what you could do in the ring. Like I ain't. Like,
no, I hear you, but sometimes you know, I think sometimes because, you know, I mean, J-Rock has had a fight in between, you know, back I think it was like November or whatever, where he won when he won a decision and he looked a lot better. But like it's just like, you know, that was just like a jobber. It wasn't like a, you know, anything like that. So it's just like, you know, because you know, it's like when boxers start, you know, thinking about life after boxing, you know, or they start doing some other shit like, you know, Tony Harrison been training fighters while he's boxing. Something always gives, you know, with that. So
yeah.
So I'm hoping that's not the case with J-Rock, but you know, like I said, J-Rock's been putting enough work in, you know, in his career. But yeah, no, yeah, if he loses, like I don't know, you can't really take him seriously anymore. Not at 160. It's like,
no, this is last chance, and this Adamus kind of chance to really, like, that's why this fight's perfect for them, because Adamus needs to put a stamp on it, or J-Rock needs to show that, hey, you can't write me off.
Yeah, because Adamus has a Charlo fight waiting for him too. Like, you know,
Adamus needs that name. I mean, you know, J-Rock, Julian was the former champ. I know he's.
But see, this is the thing, J-Rock. Shit, if J-Rock beats Adamus, he could damn get a Charlo rematch.
Rematch in 160. Yeah.
And he probably has a better chance of winning that fight too.
Because think about it, like, if Charlo ends up fighting Canelo, or even if he doesn't, whatever happens, mark my words, when the lead up to Charlo's next fight, they're gonna have that J-Rock highlighted.
Hell yeah.
Like the fight happened last year, but like they're gonna have that in there. So I mean, you can't tell me like it ain't worthy of a rematch if he beats Adamus. So hey.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so actually, like I said, this is where, like I said, perfect matchmaking for the main event. And then in the co-main, we have one Erickson Lubin, and then we have one Luis Arias. You know, Lubin, of course, you know, last year had the fight of the year with Fundora, a brutal fight that, and then, you know, Lubin unfortunately fought a wrong fight and got lumped up looking like Mask, and, you know, and got pulled out of the fight, you know, because it looked like, you know, he got bones broken in his face, but it was just grotesque swelling and hematomas all over his shit. Like, he's actually got lucky, because I actually thought there was a broken orbital or something in that shit, because dude's face was beaten like he looked like fucking droopy. Like, that's how bad he got fucking beat, you know, in that fight. But then and then you got Luis Arias who upset Hurd on that horrible Mayweather Logan Paul shit, you know, and pretty much beat the fuck out of Hurd.
It was like raining and shit. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, it was terrible. What a disaster that was.
Raining punches. Shit.
Yeah, too. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, you know, and the funny thing is too is because I know, and I didn't even know Arias and Lubin even had like beef, but them niggas had like.
Yeah, they've been arguing for like a good minute now.
Yeah, and it's like, where does this even come from? But the thing with Arias, though, Arias ruined his momentum because he got beat up by Devin's older brother Vaughn in the next fight and lost. So it's like, you know, yeah. So pretty much now, but hey, I mean, PBC is like, okay, look, we're gonna throw you against Lubin and see what you can do. And Arias is not. I mean, outside of that fight with Hurd, he's not the most appealing person to watch. Because I remember the fucking the Daniel Jacobs
The
fight.
Jacobs fight, he stunk up the joint.
Yeah, he stunk up the whole joint and that shit. Like it was just like
Jacob should have still got him out there because he was still with the Avengers training.
I've
So.
heard 160, but I've heard 154, so it's probably somewhere in between. I don't know. We'll see
That's okay because Lubin will get him out of there.
I expect Lubin.
Yeah,
I expect Lubin to KO him. You know, I think Lubin's a better fighter. You know.
I mean, yeah, he's a better fighter, but like I said, but the only thing now is just like, did Lubin take too much punishment from Fundora?
That could definitely be a case. Yeah, that could definitely.
I mean, yeah, but I do expect Lubin should get him out of there. Like
Lubin Arias is no Fundora.
Yeah,
Fundora is Fundora anymore.
No, you gotta remember, Lubin after he got knocked out in the first round by Charlo, he went through the gauntlet to get back. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Remember,
this is 154, right? Or 160?
160.
I don't know. There's rumors of both, so we'll see.
I don't know, but they're 154 alumni, so these niggas might actually carry on that shit to 160. They might be like the live 160 need right now.
We need something for 160. So hopefully, both these fights are 160. Hopefully, we get a banger. Both are good.
I mean,
I feel we will because it's PBC. Like,
and so what round?
We gonna get a good fight.
So what round do we think Lubin gets Arias out of? In? Like, I'm thinking it's gonna be probably 4 for me.
I say 8.
Wow, this motherfucker picked 4. That was the one number in my head, yo.
6.
Yeah, no, you should have to get him out of there. P, what about you?
6th round.
6th round. And then, Ron, what about you? What do you think Lubin will get Arias out in? If you think Lubin's going to win?
3.
3. Yeah.
Early.
ULB?
4.
Yeah, 4. So, yeah, I mean...
What Pilot said?
8.
He said 8.
Pilot with his old 8.
Watch Pilot Party get it, because Pilot always picks these odd shits and then he gets
obscure numbers. I think
it would be funny.
We're like, yeah, he's gonna run over this nigga. Oh, now we're going into round 8. And Lubin looks off a combination. Pilot up in the chat like, yeah, okay,
Yeah, you're not gonna shame me about my pick. But and then of course,
Caleb Truex is back. Sorry, I just see Truex on there. That's what.
No, he's not televised. He's not.
Oh no, he's not televised. But I thought he retired.
No, he's not televised. Another good fight that I like on there. It's kind of a crossroads fight. It's Javante Clark and Brian Perella.
Yeah,
I think that's a YouTube fight. I think that's the fight on YouTube.
That should be the YouTube. That should be the YouTube.
Yeah. I might forget about that. So y'all remind me about that.
They got the Martinez. They have to do Martinez. Did he be on comps a couple times?
Yeah. The opener is Fernando Martinez. Now Fernando Martinez, if you watch, motherfucker is a hellraiser. Like he beat up, Ancajas like 2 times, brutal
twice.
fight.
Yeah, twice.
So yeah, he's defending his belt, against Bornea, and and honestly, he'll probably set the card off right because it's gonna be a brutal fight. So
damn, this seemed like a good little Saturday of boxing.
They're gonna get it or lose.
Yeah, so yeah, PBC again, like they're putting their matchmaking hats on so far. So this should be a really good fucking card.